Yo, what's up guys, it's THEONE. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at the best aura units in Etheria Restart. A few weeks ago we looked at the best SR units, so I'm really curious to see how good the aura units fare as well. As you guys know, in a majority of gacha games, aura units are the bottom of the barrel, but let's see if they're actually pretty decent in Etheria Restart.
I am the Lion Sin of Pride, the mighty Escanor, and welcome to the pinnacle of gacha gaming on YouTube, THEONE.
All right, so the first unit we have for today is number 41. So she's going to be a light unit, and pretty nice design if I do say so myself. But more importantly, her skill 3 is going to be a AoE turn meter boost of 35% and a 2-turn attack buff of 40%, right? And if you level this up to level 5, you're going to reduce the skill cooldown by a total of 2. So this cooldown is going to go from 3 to 1. So this is going to be a 1-turn cooldown basically at max level, which is huge. And then her skill 2, it says here that she heals a single ally based off 35% of her max HP and applies 1 stack of 3-turn heal over time, right? And then if you max level this, the skill cooldown is going to go down to 2, and then you're going to obviously increase the healing over time, right? So really solid if I do say so myself. And then her skill 1 is basically going to be a damage. It's going to be damage where she's going to be able to inflict a 2-turn wound. What wound means in this game is it means that you can't heal. So basically she's going to be a anti-healer, right? So she's going to stop you from healing. And obviously as you level this up to 5, you can increase the wound duration to 2 turns, right? So this is really solid. So pretty much number 41 is basically a jack of all trades. She can do it all, able to buff the entire team, able to heal, and also able to apply debuffs. So she's basically a free-to-play version of Freya, right? So if you don't plan on pulling Freya, then I think you could build number 41 if you wanted to. That would not be a crazy idea, right? So she does seem very viable. So what kind of sets do you want to run on her? So basically, because she has this AoE turn meter boost and attack buff, right, for 2 turns, you want her to go first. So you're going to want her to go fast. So you're going to want to run the, here it is. So you're going to want to run the Swift Rush set. That's a good one. And also just to give her a bit more survivability, you could also run the Wellspring set to give her some HP. Or you could also run the Unbreakable set to give her some defense. And you could also give her the Swift Might set as well. So the Swift Might set is also going to give her speed, but it's also going to give her effect accuracy as well. So she will be able to land her wound from her skill 1 more often. So that's really good. And substats priority, I mean, because you want her going fast, pretty much speed, effect accuracy, and HP. Those are basically the sub roles that you want on your modules. Some shells you could run on number 41 is the Unbridled Science. You will get access to this early game. Basically what this does is that after you take an action, it increases your turn meter by 30%. So this is just more turn meter boosting. So it's really good for her. You could also run You could also run Blizzard. Blizzard basically has a 50% chance to reduce the cooldown of one of your skills at random by 1 turn. So this is really good to be able to pump out her skill 3, skill 2 more often. So another shell you could run on number 41 is the Gigabyte, and it says here for every 3 actions accumulated by enemy units, increases the owner's turn meter by 35% and can be triggered up to 1 times per turn. And last but not least, another shell you could run on number 41 is the Codex of Magic. Basically this one makes your skill cost no cooldown and increases your speed by 10% for 2 turns. So this is literally busted as hell. The next aura unit we have for today is Katchi. Katchi is a red unit. Basically what the Katchi can do is she does an AoE turn meter debuff by 35%, and she also has a chance to inflict a 1 turn stun. All right. And as you level this up, you can increase your chance of the stun happening, and you can also increase the effect of the turn meter also. So really nice turn meter manipulation. You could actually pair Katchi with number 41. That would be a potential duo you could run together. Katchi skill 2, it says here, grants 100% turn meter and a 2-turn attack buff of 40%, and reduces the cooldown of all the animus skills by 1 turn. This is really nice. Obviously getting that turn meter manipulation as well, and being able to get an attack buff for 2 turns, and on top of that, reduce the cooldown of all animus skills by 1 turn. This is a really solid skill right here. And then the skill 1, it says here, deals damage with a 30% chance to decrease turn meter by 30%. So she's basically fully manipulating the turn meter. This is really good. So she's doing more turn meter manipulation than actually number 41, right? So yeah, Katchi's a really good unit, man. Really good unit. All right, so some modules you could run on Katchi is the, well, let's go over here. So the Swift Rush set, so she gets that speed, so she can go first. You could also run the Wellspring set for more survivability. You could run the Unbreakable set. You could run Bramble for that chance of counter-attacking as well. You could also run the Swift Might set to get that effect accuracy on top of the speed. Yeah, that's about it really when it comes to modules. With shells, it's kind of similar to number 41. You could run the Codex of Magic. You could also run the Unbridled Science, get that turn meter boost. And you could also run the Alicorn. So what the Alicorn does is, before the owner takes an action, if the owner has any debuff, it dispels 2 debuffs and increases their effect resistance by 25% for every 1 debuffs dispelled, and it lasts for 2 turns. So this is a really nice purifier. So the final aura unit for today is Asshu. Ayo, I don't even know how you pronounce that name. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce it. But he's a hollow unit, and his skill 3 is AoE damage, where he's also going to have a chance to inflict a 1-turn silence. And when you level this up to level 5, it reduces the skill cooldown from 3 to 2, and it also increases the chance of also landing the silence. His skill 2, it says here, deals 220% damage with a 75% chance to inflict 1 stack of 3-turn dot. So dot, basically you take indirect true damage equal to 4% of max HP at the start of the turn. So lots of people were sleeping on dots, but the dot team is actually really crazy. Like, if you have Shadow Sanya, you are chilling, man. You are chilling. So there could be potential synergy if you get lucky and pull Shadow Sanya later on. So if you level this up to level 5, it increases the dot duration to 3 turns, which is super nice, and it increases the damage multiplier to 220% as well. So super solid. And over here we have his skill 1 piercing barrage. It says here he deals 3 hits of 70% damage with a 15% chance to inflict a 2-turn speed down, and it's for every 10 speed Asshu has, and it increases this skill's damage multiplier by 2.5%. And as you level this up to level 5, you increase the speed down duration to 2 turns, okay? And it also, for every 10 points of speed increases the damage multiplier by 2.5%. So module sets you could also run on the boy Asshu. I'm gonna just call him Ass. Okay, nah, I'm just playing. But some module sets you could run on Asshu is the Onslaught set for that damage. You could also run the Swift Rush set for some speed, the Swift Might set for speed and a effect accuracy. Then you could also run Swift Rage set, which I believe is the endgame set. That gives you speed and it also gives you attack percent as well. So those are some modules you could run on him. But then when it comes to shells, some shells that you could run is the Unbridled Science. We've already looked at that one, but yeah, you could run the Unbridled Science. You could run the, where's it at? If I can find it. They need to fix this menu, man. So it's easier to find shells. But you could run the Codex of Magic. You could also run the Black Fang. Is that I think that's about it really. So the Black Fang, Unbridled Science, and the Codex of Magic. So those are just some really nice shells you could run on the boy Asshu. So in conclusion, the rare units are very, very viable. Do not sleep on them, guys, especially these three. The rest of them are kind of not that great. Like I would rather just use SR units, but these three specifically have some viability, so don't sleep on them, because they can catch you out in PvP, especially because they're easier to build, they take less resources to level up. So hopefully this video helps you out and I gave a bit of perspective. If I did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss a video. Yeah, until next time, peace.
This is Escanor, the Lion Sin of Pride from 7 Deadly Sins. Thank you for watching the pinnacle of Gacha gaming on YouTube, The One.